Hi, and welcome to Real Talk. Today I want to talk about political involvement. You know, my generation, the millennials, as a whole, tend to be known for not being as politically involved as previous generations. Why is that? It's because we're okay with the current political climate? It's because we agree with what's going on? Or is it because it's hard to know where to start? My belief is the reason why a lot of millennials aren't involved in politics is because they don't know where to start to be involved. They don't want to, take up a cause and champion that cause. They don't want to volunteer for a political campaign. They don't want to run for elected office. They just want to live their lives, which who doesn't want to just live their life? Now, when it comes to being involved in politics, the easiest thing to do to be an informed voter is to research. Researching is easy. We've got the whole internet to our disposal. I mean, if you don't know what the internet is, we gotta talk on how you're watching this video. Now, let's take an example of why we should be involved. Why millennials should be involved. Let's see. Let's take Social Security. Social Security is a program that helps us and helps individuals when they retire. It's something that we put into the entire time we're working. It's something, that we're currently help funding, but yet it's running out of money. Why is it? Is it actually running out of money? Yes, it's actually running out of money. And why? It's because the current generation of baby boomers, that would be, my grandfather's a baby boomer, could be parents, it could be grandparents. They're all, getting ready to retire or have retired. So that means there's going to be more people withdrawing Social Security than there are putting into Social Security. So the change and reform have to happen now in order for us to benefit from it later. Not being able to partake in the program that we can't help fund is kind of a raw deal. So that's one reason to get involved, because bills that are passed today become laws that affect us in the future. So we gotta get there. We gotta have the bills we want passed today, show support for them. Tell our local congressman, tell whoever. That's why we have social media. That's part of the reason why I think it's so great. Yes, it can be a downfall, but I think it helps people get their point out there. It helps connect people. It's important that if you find something that you think needs to change now, talk to your local congressman. You don't know who that is? There's a website to tell you who that is. Most of the time, if you don't know who your local congressmen are, you can go to www.house.gov and www.senate.gov. They'll give you the bills being presented on the floor. They'll go over each, state senator and congressperson. They will tell you who represents your district. There's a lot of information out there that can be gathered. It's whether or not you take the time to get involved. I always say you can't sit on the sidelines and expect things to work out in your best interest. You can't just sit there and hope your local politician is going to, make the best decision for your community, your group of people, and you. So you need to get involved, learn the issues. Go online, research the issues. Let's take the 2016 election, for example, because, last Thursday we had the first Republican debate. The issues that were discussed there are, some would say, are the major issues in this overall election. The economy, immigration, the Affordable Care Act. These are all things that are, hot button issues. They're what needs to be talked about. So let's take our time to research and form our own opinions on them. You can't just listen to MSNBC or Fox News and expect to get all the information you need to form a good opinion. You can get a lot of, misinformation in there. So where do you start? You go in, you research you go to websites. You find, sources. You can fact check your sources. It's the easiest way to be involved. Just research. So let's take it a step further. What do you do after you research? Well, if it's an election year, you can find, a candidate that has a similar view that you do. It doesn't necessarily have to be a front runner. Always find that candidate that you agree with. If Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Martin O'Malley, or Rick Santorum, I couldn't think of another Republican, but if they don't have the ideas on the issues that you find the most important, why vote for them? But if, someone else does, if Bernie Sanders does, if Carly Fiorina has the solution that you most agree with, why not vote for them? Why not inform yourself to make an educated vote? It's the best thing to do. It's easy. It's the basics. So, having that said, not everyone wants to run for political office. Not everyone wants to volunteer for a campaign. But there are those who do. If you want to run for a political office, start at the local level. Start somewhere where, the issues are close to home. That way you can become passionate about issues that are right there where you live. It's easy to kind of work into when it happens, just to, it has a greater effect on you if it's locally, because those are going to be, immediate effects on you. There may not be a federal law on it that, prohibits them from doing something here or there. So you need to be involved and find out what's going on. If you run for local office, why not? Why not run for local office? Yes, it can be a burden. It can be time consuming. But if you feel passionate about a topic, an issue, as a whole, or just the city issues as a whole, why not run for office? It's a shame that most people my age are not involved in politics. It's something we need to do. Why not find something that speaks to you? Why not, advocate for a cause that means a lot to you? Like, one thing I like to advocate for is homelessness, affordable housing. How are you gonna overall, when it comes to affordable housing, how are you gonna sustain the population that's already there? How are you gonna, help homeless people find homes, have a place to stay if you don't have affordable housing? If you get the affordable housing, it gives homeless people the chance to own a home. You also need to get there's a whole lot of issues when it comes into homelessness, but there are all sorts of solutions that need to be discussed. You may have an idea that someone else does not have. Why not tell everybody about it? Why not explain your position? Why not quote sources and facts to show people you've actually spent time to research this? The homeless issue here. For a while here, we had a fight over a year-round homeless shelter. We finally got it after advocating from a particular candidate for alderwoman. After a while, there are things that stay the same that should have changed. So it's time to advocate for those changes. It's time for somebody to bring into the light the issues. There are many other ways to involve. Of course, you can volunteer for a political candidate. You can go on the website. You can go to Martin O'Malley's presidential website, and you can sign up to be a volunteer. And it's just a way to get involved. You get to know the issues. You get kind of first-hand experience on campaigning, on what it takes to be a candidate. It gives you an idea on if politics is where you want to be. It's okay to take a position where you don't want to, become a candidate or hold an elected office, but you should still be involved. You should still know the issues and know the facts. Now, the easiest way, I think, to research things is just start typing. It's easy. You want to know something, you just start typing. You know, you heard about was it the Frank Dodd or Citizens United? You go in, you can type those out, you can get informed on what they are. If you think they're a good thing, if you think they're a bad thing, it's a way to get involved. So, you know, research, just research. Any good college student knows how to research, believe me. It's sad to see that politics is kind of being looked upon by millennials as something that we shouldn't talk about. I think it's in the forefront of what needs to be talked about. I think it's one of the most important things we can do as American citizens is to get out there and vote and be involved in politics. Make informed votes. Don't vote for, you know, Roseanne Barr because she's a celebrity, because you liked her on Roseanne. Vote for her because she has the right ideas on the issues. For those of you who didn't know, Roseanne ran in 2012, 2008 or 2012. I don't remember the dates exactly, but yes, Roseanne Barr ran for president. So it's time you research, find out who's running, because there are third-party options. It's not just Republicans and Democrats. Research all the candidates. Research all, you know, your front runners. You know, sometimes there's only one front runner you hear about the entire time. For, you know, again, let's take Roseanne Barr. I believe her party is the Freedom and Peace Party, or the Peace and Freedom Party. They, you know, research what they're about. You can research each political party and their, you know, their ideologies. It's just one thing to help get yourself where you want to be. Why not? Why not take the time to be informed? Why not take the time to research, to learn, to better your political self? You know, feel free to comment below on how you want to become politically involved. If I left anything out, feel free to comment. It was great talking to you, and it's been real. Bye.